He's never gone on a road trip with us before. As far as I know, right, Joey? You haven't?
I heard once, but other than that, no.
Oh, I heard
Radio Music Festival.
You helped with the Love Pup thing.
Yeah.
But this, as far as the show goes, taking it on the road, it's first time. And so we were all in a hotel room, staying in a hotel room. And on Friday, I remember, because I had two of my kids with me. And Friday, I just remember my son Dutch fell asleep at 7 p.m. So I was laying next to him. So I kind of went to sleep around 8. And when I got up the next morning, we all had breakfast. And Joey was hungover, I think, and started to tell a story. And I was like, wait a minute. I pulled him aside and I said, what happened to you? So Joey tells me this story. Now, does anybody in here have any idea what happened to Joey?
No.
So Friday night, Joey, who'd you go out with Friday night?
I went out with Suzette and Mr. Baby.
All right. And Suzette, you have no idea what happened to him?
No, because we all went back to the hotel at the same time.
What time was that?
That was, I don't know, 1:30, almost 2 in the morning?
Yes. Yeah.
What happened to Joey belongs in a movie.
What?
What happened to Joey, I think, could be the starting point for Hangover 4.
It's a new one for me.
Yeah. What happened?
Okay, so we obviously had a good night, Mr. Baby, Suzette, and I, and went back to the hotel, and I knew we were going to go to the Nike store the next day, but there was a group text going around, and nobody was saying when we were actually going to leave. So I just set my alarm for 9 o'clock, and you guys ended up going to breakfast at 8:30, right?
Right.
And I was late. I was late for breakfast because...
Right. In fact, your alarm went off at the table while you're sitting there with us.
That's right. Exactly. That's right.
Time to go.
I go to bed, obviously feeling a little drunk, but, things are fine. And so I wake up. The next thing I know, as soon as I wake up, I am in the hallway in my underwear standing up.
In the hotel.
In the middle of the night?
Hotel. Then I start to panic because I'm in my underwear. I know I cannot go downstairs like this because I might get arrested.
Yeah.
You're naked, just underwear on.
Yes.
Just underwear. No shirt, no socks, no shoes.
Nothing.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Get
No
kicked
key.
out.
And so, again, I have to pee so bad, so I panic, and I'm pacing down the hallway, and I know it's 2 o'clock, everybody's asleep. I don't want to knock on someone's door, naked guy in his underwear, or guy in his underwear. So I go down to the ice machine place, and I turn on the light. The lights were off, and I look up at the ceiling, and there's a camera there. I was literally getting ready to go to the bathroom, and I see that there's a camera there.
Into the ice machine?
Yeah, well, in the
Justin
room.
Bieber.
Not the ice. I was going to go in the trash can.
Oh,
I was going to go
okay.
into the ice machine.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, when you can't hold it, you can't hold it.
He's a
I
polite
can't
Especially
hold it.
after a night of drinking.
Exactly. And I chugged a bunch of water before I went to bed. So I see that there's a camera, and I'm like, I'm not going to be in this trash can because company paid for the hotel room. This is going to get back to the company. I'm going to get fired. So I'm like, well, next move. I'm gonna hold it. So I keep I'm just pacing down the hall, having to pee so bad. And then I hear commotion in this room right next to me, and I'm like, okay, someone's awake. I'm gonna knock on the door. So I knock on the door, and he opens the door. I said, here's the thing.
Wait, who opens the door? Who opens the door?
So this Asian guy that I assume was around my age did not speak great English. So
Did he have his clothes on?
He had his clothes on. So
Could you imagine opening your door in the middle of the night? You look out the little peephole and there's this guy in his underwear.
I picture
don't open
Mr.
the door.
Chang, Mr. Chow from Hangover opening the door.
What's the knock like? Is it a friendly knock or an urgent knock?
Oh, I think it was pretty urgent.
Okay.
It was pretty urgent because I had to go to the bathroom.
So he opens the door.
He opens the door and he, cracks it open. And I was like, here's the thing. I'm a sleepwalker. I came up with this story that I'm a severe sleepwalker because that's the only thing I can come up with why I'm in my underwear in the hallway. I'm not a sleepwalker. I'm just a drunk guy that took the wrong door. So I was like, listen, can I please call the front desk? I'm locked out of my room. I am so sorry. I'm not weird. I swear. And the communication barrier was, it was kind of hard to communicate with the guy, but he's just like, okay, come in. And I was like, first, can I use your bathroom? And so...
Would any of you guys let someone in their underwear in your
No.
hotel room?
No. That
No
guy
way.
is
All
brave.
right, so go ahead.
Never.
Then Joey's in his underwear. He's shirtless. He's hairless. So he'd be like, he's pink. I'd be like, there's this giant white baby mouse outside.
Although that guy is probably thinking let's see what else happens.
Yeah, I mean, the look on his face was not happy. So I go to the bathroom, and for some reason, I leave the door open, and I'm just peeing, and I'm like, listen, I am so sorry about this. I am so embarrassed right now. And I appreciate all your help. Flush the toilet. I come out, and he hands me a sheet, and I'm like, "What is this for?" He's like, "So you can go downstairs." I was like, "No, I'm gonna call them, and they're gonna come up to the room, and they're gonna give me the key. I'm not going downstairs like this. I'm not being wrapped in a sheet and
You're
going
like,
to the front.
you're like, I'm gonna use your phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna use your phone
Like you got attitude with this guy?
a little bit.
Wow.
Listen, man, I don't want your
It's not
shit.
his fault you got locked out.
I was petrified.
Right,
I was
okay.
panicking.
You gonna walk out here to a toga party?
So I call the front desk, and it's 2 a.m. They're asking all of my information. I give it all the information, and they're like, all right, we'll send someone up. So I figure it's gonna be 2-3 minutes. They send someone up. So I said, hey, appreciate all your help. Sorry about all this. I'm gonna head out. So I walk out of the hallway, and I'm just waiting for them. It takes 10 minutes.
Oh, that's
Dude,
gonna be
that
the
probably
longest.
felt
So I'm just-
an eternity.
I'm just standing there with my arms crossed in my underwear in the hallway, just kind of waiting, and
They're probably like, who wants to go? Because I don't.
Yeah.
it took so long that the guy actually came out of his room to, I don't know what he was going to do, but he came out of the room, and I was like, oh, hey, man, walk by me. Sorry again. And so they finally come to the room, and the guy comes up, and he sees me, and I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm a severe sleepwalker. It's fine. It's fine. So he hands me my key, walk in, and at that point I'm like almost shaking because of all of these things that have happened. I'm so embarrassed. And so I lay into bed, and it's like 10 minutes later I get a phone call. And I get a phone call from the Asian guy that was down the way, and he's like, "Did you get into your room?" I said, yeah. Who is this? He's like, this is the guy from down. I don't remember his name. He's like, this guy from down the hall. And I was like, oh yeah, thank you so much. I'm sorry everything happened. And then he says to me, would you like to come back over?
What?
I don't know.
Was he having like a party? Were there other people there?
No, it was just him and his laptop, and I think he was gaming, like doing like World of Warcraft, something real nerdy.
So he wanted to party with
Yeah.
He was
you.
hollering.
Well,
He's like, that
private
guy.
Joey Bradford's
He's
party.
probably hitting himself like, dang it, that's the oldest trick in the book. The old I'm a sleepwalker. I was getting hit on. That's what they do in America.